Anything you want to say back to Wizzy? No?
No, I don't. I don't respond to that.
Ladies, if you were to get married tomorrow, how much debt would you be bringing to the relationship? Student loans, credit card debt, etc.
Ooh, that's
okay. It's not a bad question. Give us a roundabout. You don't got to tell us the full number, ladies, but give us a roundabout. We'll start here. Or actually, here. How much debt would you bring to the relationship?
$15K. Not much.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Not much.
All right.
Yeah, no.
I feel like mine is like 3,500, just under, not much.
3,500 only?
Oh, that's it.
Credit card debt and stuff? Well, she got a GI Bill.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't have any. Oh, I have like $1,000 of student loans, but other than that, it's like credit card.
All right, so like 5K.
Well, like I guess with my car, then like
with everything.
Oh, so then like
everything, yeah.
with my car, then it's like 28K.
Okay,
so,
there you go. Yeah.
I owe probably like 15K on my car.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with having debt, guys, if you got good debt. Well, the debt you got.
And always buy a used car.
Yeah, always buy used.
Always buy used.
Telling you, man.
Look, I'm 50 when I retired a long time ago, and I still buy cars. Even if I'm buying a car like you drive, I still buy one that's 3 or 4 years old.
I would never buy a new car ever again.
Yeah, it's
ever.
Terrible.
It depreciates too much.
The only way I'll buy a new car is if I get allocation from Lamborghini directly, where like, the car is going to be brand new and it's like the first of its kind.
Yeah.
I can drive it for a little bit and sell it
Then
for
you can
profit.
flip it.
Yeah.
Flip
Other
it.
than that, they'll never buy a new car again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if you do it for like business, like under an LLC? Does
Nah.
that make sense still?
Still.
No, I mean, I was talking to Fresh about this after the show, and what I used to do is I'd say, okay, there's a car that I want that's a $2,500 payment. So I'd say, okay, let me go ahead and buy a rental property, and then I can have my renter pay the car note, and then I've got an asset that's appreciating as opposed to one that's depreciating.
Someone gave me that advice a couple years
Yeah,
ago.
that's the only way I'd go out and buy a new
Right.
car. If I just had to pay cash for something, you just let someone else take the depreciation hit right off the bat.
Yep.
That's
all
for
right,
sure
so
a good route.
15, 28. What about you? All.
I don't have that.
No, it's a plus, bro. Yeah.
You have to. You own a
She
home.
just has her boyfriend's debt. Like a liability on her
You
balance sheet.
said you're a homeowner, right?
Okay, but I don't, like, I paid everything back.
You paid off the house?
Yeah.
You paid the house off. Wait, hold on.
Where's the camera?
So you don't have a mortgage?
Wait. Hold on. You paid the whole price of the house off.
When did you buy your house?
How much it cost?
I'm not gonna say all that. But yeah, I paid it.
Nigga, you stripping, huh?
So how
I'm
much
not
are your
stripping.
property taxes?
I'm not gonna say all that. I paid it off. I don't have debt. That's all. That's all. I don't have
Ain't
debt.
no way.
I can't
Sunshine
look
Bill.
no
because
mortgage.
I'm an immigrant. I can't have debt. I have to pay everything like already. So the immigration process that I'm doing because of the U.S. government, I can't have any debt.
So you paid
So I
cash
have
for your
to.
house?
Yeah, because that's a bartending market.
Where'd you buy it?
Hold on.
Pembroke Pines. In Pines?
Like you have the deed.
It's not in
the
Pines.
title.
It's in Boca.
Ain't no way, bro.
She doing
Come
something,
on, bro.
Okay.
Don't
You
even
guys
McDonald,
wanna-
man.
Ain't no Boca Raton?
It wasn't given to you, right? Like you bought
No. I wasn't born here. No,
And the
I bought
deed's
it.
in your name.
Yeah, it's in my name.
Yo, IRS, man.
Wait. When did you buy it?
Like
2 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. What is it, like a 3-2?
Yeah, 3-2.
But you were 18 when you bought it?
Yeah. I I started working since I was 15. So all the money that I raised
Yeah, but okay.
serving and stuff.
But let's say you kept 100% of it. You'd still only have $300,000.
No, I didn't waste anything.
I know, but let's say you didn't even eat. You'd still have.
No, my
paid your
parents
boyfriend's
always
car.
my parents always bought me food and stuff like that. So I didn't have to pay for food or where to live
Yeah.
for a really long time.
All right, so here's the thing.
Wait.
Look, man.
Wait.
I'm a real estate investor. I have multiple properties down here in South Florida, and I got some in Connecticut. And I've studied the Florida market very heavily. To buy a 3-2 approximately 3 years ago, you would have, assuming, let's say it's a turnkey or whatever, even if you wanted to get a rehab, you're spending at least $300,000 to $500,000. $300,000 and you got to put some work in. $500,000 for it to be possibly turnkey in Boca Raton. You're telling
So
me you
say
paid
$400,000
$500,000 cash for a home?
But after working for 3 years, starting when you're 15.
There's no way.
I didn't use any of the money. I just saved it.
And you paid his car
No
off?
way.
20K?
No way.
Yo, you balling.
It's sad.
Son's off here, bro. You got a sugar daddy, bro.
Bro, she's so
I don't
pussy,
have a
bro.
sugar daddy.
Yeah, you got a
Something.
sugar daddy, bro.
You got
100%
something going on
got a
there.
sugar daddy.
What, them titties, bro?
Either you stripping?
Yeah.
Either you
Yeah,
stripping?
Them titties,
There's
bro.
no way.
All I work.
There's no way.
Or
I know
sugar
for a
daddy.
fact, Boca Raton, a home up there, 3-2 up there. Even if you buy a piece of shit, you're paying at least $300K.
Bro, I used to work in
and you're
Boca
gonna have to
Raton.
rehab it. If you buy it brand new, you're gonna be paying around $500-600. 3-2? No way.
I used to work in Boca, driving past all the houses. Cheapest one were like $250. Cheapest ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
If that.
and that's gonna be a piece of
And a
shit.
piece of crap.
You're gonna have to rehab the hell out of it.
Hell yeah.
There is no way to buy it and it was ready to go when you bought it. You didn't rehab it or fix it or nothing.
I didn't fix it now.
Yeah, bro, that shit was at least $500K then. At least. Boca Raton 3 years ago.
Man.
I bought a house in Pompano for $400. So Boca's nicer than
Way nice.
Pompano.
Anything's nice and
Well, if you got the house, props to you, but goddamn, nigga.
Because I got a 3-2 in Pompano for $400K. That right there is gonna be at least 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Sun's
doesn't
off.
pass the sniff test.
Yeah, sun's off here, bro.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Okay.
She doing some illegal activities, man.
Oh.
Hell nah. Okay,
She don't wanna say on
because I know
camera.
the housing shit, man. So okay, what about you?
I don't have any debt.
Stop the
I
cap.
don't.
Nothing?
Like I said, owing something gives me anxiety. So I don't like owing. What if I die tomorrow and then I owe something?
But you don't got a credit card
That would
debt.
be your car. That would be your benefit.
Like,
No,
you,
but
don't,
still, it's gonna be.
you don't got a
I'm not gonna rest in
car.
peace.
You don't got a car.
Rest
You,
in
don't,
peace, nigga.
I
You
do
won't be
have a
here.
car. I paid it cash.
you bought your house. Okay.
My car, I paid it cash.
I was gonna ask about the club, but your family owns that. You don't own that. Or your parents own it.
Yeah, it's my parents.
Do you live in your own home or do you live with your parents?
No, I'm not. Well, I don't live in my own home yet, but I'm looking into that right now.
Are you renting?
No,
You live with your parents.
my mom has 3 houses.
You live in one of your mom's houses.
Yes.
Oh, she balling.
Trust me, she's a hard worker. I'm very proud of her, and this is the way why I'm the way I am because of her. She's very independent.
Wait, are your parents are together, right? Or no?
Yeah, they're together, but they're going through it. But that doesn't mean, she's always been a go-getter. She's very independent.
Who's the actual boss of the club? Is it your mom or your dad?
My mom.
That's why they're getting.
I'm about to
That's
say,
why they're getting
my
divorced.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
There you go. That's why.
Our mom.
My mom is the head of the family. So,
Yeah, that's she's getting.
Do you
sick
want to
and
be the head
tired
of the family
that.
too?
I mean,
That's L.
yes.
Just be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
But then again, I want to have a partner that supports me as well. Like, I don't want to be I'm very proud of my mom, but I don't want to be fully like her. I want to be a little bit more submissive,
A little bit more?
A little bit
Or
more.
a
Yes.
lot more?
A lot more.
I'm about to say,
Yes, a lot more.
that's going to be tough.
It
Okay.
is.
Yeah, men don't like.
I know. Trust me.
Yeah, it's whatever. I don't even need to go into it.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I probably have 1 or 2 loans from school that
Okay.
I owe. That's it right now, though.
What do you say total?
I would say I think each was 1,500, so 3,000.
Oh.
Oh, that's it.
But wait, your charger.
Or I paid that off, but at the beginning of college, that was really hard walking into college with no money because I had to instantly get a job right away. I couldn't chill.
How much did you buy it for?
It was about it was used, like he said. I got a used car. It wasn't a brand new, but it was I think it was 17 grand or 18 grand.
And you paid it off?
Yeah, I mean,
You still have it?
my parents, when I bought that thing, this was my first car, so no, I don't have it anymore. I have
Okay.
I got an Accord, and it's very my friends know I call it an old fart because that thing does not move whatsoever. I'm excelling and it's so slow. Anyways, yeah, I don't got
Okay.
the charge anymore.
All right. What about you?
I have a big mortgage, and
For the
my car-
Airbnb, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What'd
Yeah,
you?
but
Well,
that's
I
good. That's good
settled-
debt though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
real estate debt. How much did you buy it for?
So they wanted 545. I got them down. We settled at 515.
Okay, 3-2,
4-2.
4-2. Miami.
Yep. West Little River, up and coming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
I
how'd
got-
you get that price?
I got property there too.
Okay.
It's a turnkey too. But I went in and I had an artist come in and do murals everywhere. So it's actually called the Miami Mural Airbnb.
Ah.
And I have a
branded.
graffiti
Smart.
room that's
Smart, smart.
Glenwood. I have a designer room that's Design District. I have a
smart.
poker room.
Why did you opt for the Airbnb versus a long-term tenant?
So with long-term tenants, this is one of my favorite conversations. Say they break a washer or a dryer, right?
yeah.
You as a landlord are going to have to go in and replace that, right? And also you're only getting, let's say, $500 to $2,000 on top of whatever your mortgage is. If it's paid off, then maybe you're getting more. But let's just go from $5,000 to $1,500 on top of the mortgage payment, right? Profit that you're pocketing. One, with Airbnb, you're maximizing that because you're doing nightly prices versus the whole month, right? And then on top of it, Airbnb covers me. So if anything were to ever happen, which I've only had things happen 3 times now and I've been hosting for 7 months, you can either handle it with the guests themselves. They'll Zell you because they don't want to go through Airbnb. But let's say they're assholes. Airbnb pays you directly as the host rather than you having to deal with that person. No, they're going to pay you for the damages and they're going to deal with the guests themselves. So
Wow.
it kind of blocks off like that middleman. Like you are literally just dealing with Airbnb itself. Now, here's the benefit in that. I had somebody put a hole in one of my doors and I had my contractor come over who does all my work. He patched it for $40 and I had them replace the whole door for $350. So they zelled me $350. I paid him his $40. Realistically, I just pocketed $310 because I'm not going to replace that door right away. I might get another scratch or bump in it. So honestly, I've seen it be more profitable, and other hosts as well have made money off of the damages. We don't want them, but the inconveniences sometimes make us profit.
But you can tell it's a side hustle. That's the big
Yeah.
difference. If you're
Yeah.
getting a rental property, you got a property manager.
Of course,
It's a,
of course.
It's a passive.
Right now, I'm
I'm a
managing
fan of
myself.
long-term
So,
tenants.
so my question to you though
Uh,
would be, if you had to put a long-term renter in there with that type of rent, would it still cover the mortgage and your expenses, or would you have negative cash flow?
Well, my house sleeps 16 people. So if I were to have to go that route, let's say Airbnb dropped dead tomorrow, I would go the route of like a creator house, finding like, you know,
But
how,
let's just assume for a moment that you had to rent that out long-term
Right.
with like a year lease or a 2-year lease.
I would
with
say I
that-
would make
without-
$1,500 on top of my mortgage. I would list it for
Okay, so you'd still be cash flow positive.
clash. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that's the key there, because I know a lot of people are interested in Airbnbs, but what they'll do to make the numbers work is they'll say, okay, if I get Airbnb money, then I can cover the mortgage. I can cover the property taxes, the insurance. But what happens if the market gets saturated with Airbnbs, which is another good reason why she branded it so she sticks out.
Exactly.
But if you get saturated, now all of a sudden your only option, because we go into a recession, people aren't traveling, is to rent it out long term.
Yep.
But there, that amount of money that you're getting won't cover your mortgage. Now you got negative equity. Now you got to force sell it, and then
Well, what I would
Airbnb, I mean, because I'm more of a fan of long-term tenants, but yeah, the Airbnb definitely has its perks and everything else like that. I think it's a little bit more of a riskier pursuit. Like if it was my first real estate property, I would do long-term tenants and kind of build my way into taking the risk with Airbnb. But you could definitely make it work. Just that, it's a lot of oversight. You get problematic
It's a
people that
side
come in
hustle.
and fuck your place up.
it's
and
a lot like
stuff
Section
like that.
8.
Yeah,
When I first got into real estate, there were a lot of guys, in 2012, there was a lot of guys where I was that I'd go to dinner with, and they'd, oh, George, you got to do Section 8. You got to do this. It's so easy because you get guaranteed rent and all these things. Like, yeah,
But they're the
they
worst
treat
tenants.
your house like a disposable
They're
razor.
the worst tenants, man.
And so I'm like, if you want to do that, it's going to be a full-time job.
The other thing too about Airbnb that worries me is like there's places like New York City that like pretty much banned it. So
Yeah.
but and Airbnb is like destroying the hotel industry. So like for a lot of major cities, I'm like, okay, if New York sets the precedent where they're gonna ban Airbnbs, what's gonna happen to all the other major cities in the United States? So that's another thing too that was kind of like, okay, want to be,
Yeah, that's why you got to hedge your downside, make sure the numbers work in the long term.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's head over to Rumble.
We'll go over to Rumble.
Damn, chat
Come on,
chill,
guys,
man.
Rumble.
God damn.
What are they saying?
Chat's like, she's boring, gap. She's masculine. What the fuck? Next.
For sure.
What?
Our property for
Yeah, she was cooking,
business,
man.
bro.
Yeah, she was cooking, man.
Man,
Yeah, chat just hates,
hating, man.
God damn.
Who's masculine?
What was the sorry, so you put 20% down, 25% down?
10 private lender FHA.
Oh shit, you gotta pay PMI. Okay.
But were you able to
But
get
no,
a...
I paid insurance points up front to get my interest rate down because I did buy in really terrible time. But they always say it's a bad time to buy. There's really no bad time to buy.
That's a lie, yeah. There's never a bad time to buy.
So
Yeah,
I just
I
went for it
disagree
because the
with
market was
Wait.
great.
You did 10% on an FHA?
You can choose. You can go up to 3.5 to
You
10%.
can. You can.
So
You can choose.
yeah,
That's still a 30-year fix, isn't it?
Yeah, 30
yeah,
year
30
fix.
year.
All right.
Some lending companies have like agencies have
Remember,
like
private is very different than like if you're going to a big bank, they're gonna have
because she's private
stipulations.
lending.
Yes.
She didn't use like an actual bank.
So you don't gotta live in it for a year?
Say it again.
You don't gotta live in it then?
Well, private lending didn't say anything about having to live into it,
I
but
don't understand how that's 30-year fixed because I don't want to go into that.
Well, Team had different terms
I know.
than a regular bank though. That's why I'm saying like
Yeah, but
They're-
if you're just getting a hard money loan from a private lender, they're not going to give you a 30-year fixed rate mortgage because that's going to lose money. That's a money loser all day long.
so we paid money up front though. I paid an
yeah,
extra.
but it wouldn't be worth it on your end to pay that much money to compensate them for the loss in the purchasing power of the dollar because they're never going to be able to keep up with the rate of inflation by giving you a 4 or 5% interest rate. And there's no bank that would ever lend on that over 30 years because who knows, we could turn into her country and all of a sudden the value of the loan or the payments that you're making turns into nothing.
It's the risk.
So-
I mean, that's what it was.
What
though.
you have to understand is that we are the only country, one of the only countries that have 30-year fixed rate loans.
Yeah, yeah.
And the reason is
London,
because
the
it's-
UK doesn't have it. Australia doesn't have it.
Of course not, because it's a money-losing loan. So it has to be subsidized by the government. That has to go from the bank's balance sheet to straight over to Fannie and Freddie. So it's basically subsidized by the taxpayer. So there's no private lender that's going to keep that on their balance sheet. So I'm not saying that you didn't get it. I'm just saying that there's something a little
Yeah,
off
I don't
with
even
that.
want to. Yeah, because I think me and you are in the same. Okay, we'll just move on though.
I mean, after this show, tell me the company, because goddamn,
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
So she put 10% down on a 515. So you put roughly like 50K, something like
Or
that.
maybe they're I don't
So-
know. Maybe the private lender's flipping it to Fannie and Freddie. That could be.
Okay. So I'll put like
Oh, okay.
450K debt, but that's real estate debt. That's different. All right. What about you?
I forgot that was the question.
Yeah. How
don't
much
blame
debt you have roughly?
Oh, like 500.
Dollars?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I only got a credit card, y'all.
Okay.
I don't got-
What about you?
Well, I have student loans, so it's about, I think, 46K.
Okay. That's the average actually. 30 to 50K is the average student loan debt. What about you?
Yeah, I have student loans, so about 35,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd hold off on paying that, by the way.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like me. I can't remember when I paid off my student loans.
They're gonna have to catch me.
I think they were the
What happens is
Hey, y'all.
no, but you pay it off, and then 2 months later, Biden comes out and forgives everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, what did I just pay the 50 grand for?
Yeah.
So I personally, I mean, I hate to say it,
Yeah,
it
but then
sounds
it just
irresponsible.
builds, and that gives me anxiety.
Yeah, but the
Well,
interest
I'm still
rates
in
are
school,
so
so
low.
they're not gonna
Yeah.
like.
I would just
I
make
don't
the
know.
absolute minimum payment, just assuming within the next 2 or 3 years that it just gets written off.
It depends on which loans, because I tried to do with Biden with the forgiveness, and if you just got your loans recently, he won't forgive them, and if it's a master's loan, depending on which master's, he won't forgive them.
Yeah,
it's
but
only
give it time.
What about your undergrad?
Give it
though?
time.
'Cause
I don't
your
have any.
undergrad. Oh,
I don't have any undergrad.
Oh, okay.
If the numbers start to suggest that he's losing to Trump, you might have that thing taken
Oh,
care of.
wow.
Like you're like, okay, I need to buy some votes here. What do I do? Oh, your student loan. Forget about it.
Oh, that's the only way I'm voting
Forget
for
about
him.
it.
That's the only way I'm voting for him.
Yeah, so
Wow.
make
That's
the
scary.
minimum payment. You don't want to be the sucker that pays it off, and the very next day everyone else gets forgiven.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let me ask this question. What is the bare minimum a man has to make for you to date him seriously? We could start here. Annually.
See, I've had an experience where I've dated a guy that didn't have it. And I would. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I would definitely say I would not put myself through something like that again.
Okay.
So
no brokies for you?
No, I won't. He has to have money. I don't say he doesn't have to be the richest person in the world. I would say at least over for
bare
me
minimum?
for me minimum a little bit over 60,000 a year.
That's it?